Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? All right. Coffee. Lots of it, because you're going to need it, okay? Especially to get through this one, all right? So, Peppermint mocha, my favorite flavor. Anyways, what we're going to be talking about today is a protocol failure during a tornado that happened last Friday. Okay? Meet SEMA Commissioner Sarah Russell. This, her pronouns are they, them. So this person, Russell, was responsible for the tornado siren system in St. Louis, Missouri. Not only did the sirens fail to go off, but it turns out they hadn't been working for some time. So Sarah, is now on paid administrative leave pending an external investigation. Apparently, there was a protocol fail when a tornado ripped through the city and no one pressed the button for the kick off the alarms. 5 people have lost their lives because someone didn't push the button, Sarah. Now, the sirens haven't been working for some time. What happened to the millions of dollars that St. Louis City received from the Rams settlement? Sarah, this woman had one job: to make sure that the citizens of St. Louis City were prepared for any disaster. They weren't prepared, Sarah. Were they? You had one job, Sarah. The St. Louis City Fire Department will now run SEMA, and that's C-E-M-A, until this full investigation is conducted by the city and state officials. Some folks on social media pages and platforms are blaming our president and Doge for the siren failure. How? They weren't the ones that were sitting in that building and with their finger ready to be pushed on that button. But Sarah was. Now, the man has only been in office for just a few months. This goes back 4 years. And guess who was president? And guess who was their mayor? Now, the outgoing Mayor Tashria Jones, who ran the city for 4 years, screwed the pooch. And Miss Russell ignored the fact that sirens were not up to par. What do you have to say for yourself, Sarah?
Was there anyone in the emergency manager's office at the time of the storms to push on the sirens, or continue to hear concerns from people that there were no sirens heard in the city?
I continue to be concerned. I haven't had the full report at this time. We are looking into it. I could ask Sarah Russell to speak about it.
So what I can tell you about the operations of our siren system, and this is a decades-old process, is the SEMA offices are the secondary activation point. The primary activation point is the fire alarm office because it is in the dispatch center. It is manned 24/7. They have a full staff to be able to man that without fail. The SEMA office is very small, and the majority of the time we work closer to business hours unless the need arises, such as what we're doing now, or special events. A lot of that work takes us out into the community, so we aren't necessarily in our office space at all times. We do have a very small staff. I have received reports of people that did hear it. I've heard from a lot of people that said they haven't heard it. We are doing assessments on the system. I know that we're having some anomalies with the siren on De Bolivar at the firehouse there. I went and checked it personally yesterday. There's a tree between the firehouse and the Metro lot at DeBolivar that is snapped over, and we think that it probably did strike the siren and is causing it to have some abnormal activities.
Was there some issues with staffing in the emergency management office on Friday at all, or?
No.
No, okay.
Our full staff was working on Friday.
Were they in the office?
We were in the 1520 Market Street building for at the time of the storm. We were conducting a workshop with other partners, but we were working the storm in that capacity.
Can you tell us when the full report, when can we expect the full report?
So I'm having the assessors come out tomorrow. This is still a 25-year-old siren system. Parts are still difficult and expensive to come by, and certainly, you know, depending on what we find when we're out there, we may not have the parts in town. They may have to source them from a little bit farther away. But as fast as we can, we're looking at, you know, potentially getting another siren brought in, but that would have to be driven in from another state.
Now, a quote from the internal audit of SEMA from 2024 that was issued on March 14th, 2024, was that there has been no previous audit completed for this department. Really. Key observations: lack of separation of duty, inadequate outdoors warning sirens, and lack of policy and procedure manual. What do you have to say for yourself, Sarah? What do you have to say for yourself, Mayor? Because of your inadequacies, and because you said that you were in a workshop during the tornado, which I don't believe that for a second, Sarah. You didn't let the warning sirens go. And 5 lives were lost. I think that a little bit more should be done than just administrative leave. Don't you think? So, like I've said before, please prepare for any and all natural disasters. We have less than a week before hurricane season starts. I know preparing for hurricane season and preparing for tornadoes is 2 different things. But, as I said before, do not rely on your government for help. Because look at what happens. Alright guys, I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fear less and God bless.